1943. Hitler doesn't retreat. The Eastern Front never collapses. And World War II takes a far darker turn. The Eastern Front was not just another battlefield, it was the war. More than 70% of all German casualties happened here. More tanks, more artillery, more death than every other front combined. In our timeline, the Eastern Front destroyed Nazi Germany. But history is fragile, so today we ask a dangerous question. What if Hitler never lost the Eastern Front? What if the Red Army never broke through? What if Germany held its ground year after year? What if the Soviet Union never gained momentum? Because if the Eastern Front holds, the entire war reshapes itself. This isn't fantasy. Germany didn't lose the Eastern Front overnight. It lost it through decisions. So let's change a few. No suicidal stand-fast orders. Controlled withdrawals instead of encirclements. Focus on defense over conquest. Priority given to fuel and logistics. No overextension toward Moscow and the Caucasus. Simultaneously, Germany stops chasing glory and starts fighting to survive. The result? No Stalingrad disaster, no Kursk catastrophe, no unstoppable Soviet counteroffensive. The front stabilizes, and suddenly, Hitler's greatest weakness becomes his shield. In our timeline, Soviet morale surged after Stalingrad. Here, that moment never comes. The Red Army keeps attacking and keeps bleeding. Millions still die, but without decisive breakthroughs. Factories struggle, supply lines stretch, civilian exhaustion grows. Stalin faces a nightmare. A war that never ends and never turns in his favor. The Soviet Union becomes trapped in a permanent war economy, slowly grinding itself down. Victory is no longer inevitable. It's uncertain. Wars are not won by ideology. They're won by fuel. By holding the Eastern Front, Germany secures Ukrainian grain, Romanian oil. Access routes to the Caucasus fuel shortages ease. Panzer divisions remain mobile. The Luftwaffe stays relevant. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union begins rationing aggressively. Tank output slows, aircraft production declines. The Red Army still fights bravely, but it can no longer overwhelm. For the first time since 1941, Germany controls the tempo. In our history, Kursk shattered German offensive power. In this timeline, it never happens. Germany refuses to gamble. They dig in. They fortify. The Eastern Front becomes a massive, lethal wall of steel. Every Soviet attack costs tens of thousands of lives. For meters of ground, the Red Army doesn't collapse, but it doesn't win either. And that stalemate is deadly. Because Germany doesn't need to conquer the USSR. It only needs to survive it. Now the consequences reach the United States. America's war plan depended on one thing: Germany being weakened in the East. But now, Germany still has millions of troops, still has fuel, still has industrial output. D-Day becomes a nightmare calculation. Invade too early and risk disaster. Wait too long, and Europe becomes unbreakable. American casualties climb. Public pressure grows. The war begins to feel endless. Here's the hidden consequence. A stable Eastern Front helps Japan. U.S. resources are divided. The Pacific War slows. Japan fortifies islands. China bleeds longer. The war in Asia stretches on. Instead of ending in 1945, World War II drifts toward the late 1940s, and time changes everything. The Manhattan Project was a race, not just against Japan, against Germany. In our timeline, Germany collapsed first. Here, Germany survives. Rocket programs continue. Scientists remain active. Research never stops. Even the possibility of German nuclear weapons forces a terrifying outcome. No total victory, no unconditional surrender. Instead, a negotiated end, a divided world, a permanent Axis presence in Europe. In this world, Europe remains authoritarian, resistance movements are crushed, genocide lasts longer, democracy survives, but retreats. The Cold War never looks the same. America is powerful, but not dominant. And all of it traces back to one truth. The Eastern Front never broke. One front, one decision. One war that never truly ends. If you want more cinematic alternate histories like this, subscribe and comment below. What should we break next? What if D-Day failed? What if Germany won at Kursk? What if Japan invaded Australia? This is Battle Paradox, where history isn't fixed, it's fragile.